Hey, welcome to RPM, Rock and Pop Mandolin, your destination, your site for learning classic rock songs on the mandolin. My name is Mike DeJong, and today, well, we're learning another classic rock song from that Canadian legend Neil Young. This one may be his most rockin' tune, called Rockin' in the Free World. It's a really fun song to play on the mandolin, just like many of the other songs on this channel are. And it's a really simple song to play. You can get this song down in a matter of, a few minutes, and you can be rocking out with your friends with this song on the 8-string instrument that we all love. But first, before we get into this Neil Young classic, if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please hit that little red subscriber button down there. It really helps us out. If you have subscribed already, thank you so much for your support. And if you want to help this channel out even more, please check out our new Patreon page. For a very minimal cost, you can become a patron of Rock and Pop Mandolin, and that will really help us to continue to grow with this channel in the future. On our Patreon page, we're going to put, we'll put some special lessons and other little goodies on there that you can unlock if you become a member. So please check it out with the link below. But now, without further ado, without further waiting, let's take a look at that Neil Young classic, Rockin' in the Free World on RPM. Okay, let's examine Neil Young's classic hit, Rockin' in the Free World, from a mandolin perspective. The song starts off in the key of E minor here with an E minor chord. And again, I play that E minor chord down here with a bar, my first finger barring the 2nd fret of both the D string and the A string. So right there, and letting the G note ring out. So there's a good E minor bar for you. And, you know, this song features some really nice, tight strumming with Neil's right hand. And he does some palm muting as well on the guitar, and you can do that on the mandolin as well. So what's palm muting again? Well, that's when you put your palm here of your right hand, if you're a right-handed player, right next to the bridge, right? And you can strum like that with your pick and really deaden the strings. All right, and it depends how much pressure you use with your right hand on how much sound you will get out of the mandolin. So here, I'm getting none because I'm applying more pressure, but if you let that up a little bit with your right hand, you see how you get a little more sound out of that chord? And then of course, if you take it off, you get the full chord, right? Well, Neil Young uses the palm muting technique in this song at various points of the song. He doesn't do it throughout the whole track, but he does do it mainly through the verses, where he's playing those heavy bar chords on the guitar and singing the verses. So it goes like this. All right, those are the verses that I'm playing these chords a little differently than I will play later in the song, and I'll show you why. All right, so here you've got that E minor chord, and basically I'm using all downstrokes with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Then I'm hitting a D chord into a C chord. All right, and here I'm using this D voicing, which is a little bit different than the one I played in the introduction of this video, but I'll explain that in a second. This D voicing here is at the 2nd fret of the G string, the 4th fret here of the D string, and the D note here, which is the 5th fret of the A string. So from the E minor, right? And then I'm going to that C chord right there, which is 2nd fret of the D string, 3rd fret of the A, right? So the reason I'm using this voicing of the D here is because you can really deaden it. You can deaden it nicely with your palm muting technique. Later in the song, though, Neil switches to using open chords more. So you can do this with the open chords more later. And you can give it a little like that, almost like the Smashing Pumpkins song Disarm, where they do, right? So you can do that with these open chords. Go like this. So I'm using the same chords here, just different voicing. So E minor, open D this time, and C. I would recommend that you listen to the song closely and listen to where he's doing sort of the palm muted deadening of those chords and where he opens them up. That's where he switches from bar chords on the guitar to open chords on the guitar. And you can do that with the mandolin as well. And the only other part you have to worry about in the song is the chorus. So after the main riff, the E minor to D to C, you go to a G. Keep on rocking in the free world to a C, right? And keep on rocking in the free world, right? All right, so what are we doing there? Well, you go to the G chord, hear that standard G chord, which you should know by now, I think, right? Open G chord, so keep on rocking in the free world. That's a D chord, so G to D. Keep on rocking in the free world, and then to a C chord, right? All open chords as well, right? And then off the C, there's a little... And what's that? Well, that's just... into the E minor chord. So from the C chord, just walk down these two notes here on the A string, 3rd fret and 2nd fret on the A string. So that's it. And a brief pause and hit the E minor chord. So, right? So, keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Right? And then the very last time they do, he goes to an A chord. And he really pounds that A chord. And back into that main motif. So one more time through the chorus. Keep on rocking in the free world. 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 Last time. And that's Neil Young's classic Rockin' in the Free World for mandolin here on RPM. Again, a really fun song to play and really will get you rocking out with the mando in the future. Once again, thank you very much if you've subscribed to this channel already, and if you want to support us even more, please check out our Patreon page down below. You'll find the link in the box below. Thanks again for taking the time to check out this video on RPM, and thank you very much for your continued support of Rock and Pop Mandolin.